Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where we are actually launching our invasion down over here. This is actually my second attempt at recording this. Yeah, I don't even know what happened. I hit my stop recording button instead of my unpause button like 2 minutes into the episode, and I decided to just scrap it. It wasn't worth keeping. Nothing happened, but this invasion is ongoing. We do not have air superiority over here to influence this, so this invasion may fail. Let's keep an eye on it and see what happens. However, there has been, now that we take this over here, there has been a recalculation on our supplies over here, and that is amazing. We're really, really glad to see that, because that means that this supply zone is now connected. That's a huge, huge deal. And there, you can see that recalculates, and it goes to 24 out of 22. So we could think about potentially moving additional troops over here, but I mean, we really are kind of stretching our supplies thin on this front as is. So we'll hold off on that for now. We don't have access to this state yet to be able to get the infrastructure up here building that we need. So that's definitely something that we want to think about doing. To that end, just come up here, see what happens. That's not something I ordered previously, but I kind of want to see what happens there. As far as this invasion goes, it's looking okay for now. We do have some units that are giving up on this. That's all well and good. We'll see if we win this or not. I'm kind of doubting that we will. I mean, we don't have a navy up here in supporting our naval invasion, right? We should maybe think about switching to support naval invasion. That might help. Although it's too late now. That would have to be done before this launches. So we'll keep that where it's at. In the meantime, we are pushing in over this way, and I'm very glad to see that. They have gotten a unit up over here. Oh. Fog of War there. Oh, just an intel change? I think it's just an intel change. Okay, sounds good. We can push them out of there, no problem. And it looks like we did indeed fail this naval invasion. That's okay. So all of these troops are going to be reassigned to the naval invasion here. And we're going to move this over to naval invasion support. Okay. So something along the lines of that. And then these guys, they will go ahead and execute that as soon as they can, which will be, I think, once all of the units get moved over there. As far as this invasion of Mexico down here goes, we're not quite to Mexico yet, but as far as the invasion of Central America goes, we have actually widened this front, and this is very good for us. We're very pleased about that. We'll nuke here and here. It looks like we do not require a nuke over here. Excellent. And I think we could use a second nuke in each of these locations just to make sure. Let's check in on our invasions over this way. Okay, these guys are still making their way in. And it looks like a lot of these are still being planned. Yeah, they have not yet departed. That's okay. We're fine with this. Although this one has. Fascinating. So these guys should just head off over this direction, and these guys should just head off over this direction, I suppose. We have no access there. Yeah, that's right. These aren't connected. So just something kind of like this, and then these guys will do something kind of like this. I don't think there's any enemy troops on this island, on Guadalcanal. We'll see, but I don't think that's the case. So that's fine. We're definitely nearing the end of the war in the Pacific. This is very close at this point. We've successfully invaded over here, which means that this division no longer needs to have this. There we go. Okay, and checking up over this direction, yeah, this looks completely fine. I do want to start being able to drop nukes out over here, but I think we still have some supply issues until we get these naval bases a little bit more constructed. Which is fine. We're not too worried about that. Hawaii is not part of the US in this alternate reality. So we've got a couple of islands up over here. All of these, and how many of these are connected? I don't think any of these are. These are connected, and then these are connected, but these two are not. This is going to be a number of naval invasions out over here. And then at that point, I believe the only thing left in the Pacific that is the American Union will be this island out here. That's great. We're making fantastic progress here. I'm very pleased about that. This series will be over fairly soon, I feel like. We do have a long ways to go in North America, but I think it's good. They are really, really lacking the air superiority on us, and we can just continue to do this for basically ever. Like, they can't keep up with this. Cool. So we're going to continue to push them up Central America here, and we're continuing to push in over this way as well. If we look at our supply zones over here, this is definitely improving. We really, really want to get control of the infrastructure in this state, though, so that we can actually start building it. That would be very, very useful for us, but currently, that is not an option. We are still building infrastructure in Labrador. Are we down to repairs at this point? No, we have quite a lot of infrastructure and air bases queued up as low priority things. And anti-air guns, actually. Speaking of which, I want to check in for anti-air guns down over here. Okay, can't build there. That's fine. And as far as all this goes, I think it's kind of fine. We don't have anti-air guns there or there, which I'll queue up as fairly high priorities for right now. Okay, sounds good. These guys are going to be ready to launch when? Okay, they don't have the naval supremacy to launch here. What about these guys? They don't have the naval supremacy either. Fair enough. We need to move these ships out of here, and for now, up to here as well. So then these ships get assigned to all of these, but not assigned to the Solomon Sea anymore. Okay, sounds good. This is American Union as well, so this is going to need to be grabbed, but I think that won't be a big deal. Okay. We are continuing to push our way up here. It's slow going, no doubt about that. But this appears to be completely fine. We'll send these guys down over here, since we apparently missed that one, but overall, that looks okay. As far as this goes over here, we are struggling to push out of our initial landing zones, but that's mostly just due to supplies. Once we have our constructions over here built up a bit, then that'll be great. You can see here, we're only level 4 naval bases over here. So that needs more work, for sure. This is our main thrust in our invasion over here. And we're actually doing quite well on our main thrust now that we have proper supply flow coming in. That's always great to see. Proper-ish. We're a little bit short out this way, but that's, again, just because of the infrastructure. We are continuing to push out, though, and we are going to be able to get access to this infrastructure actually right now, I think. No, not right now. I was hoping that we'd get it, but no. The victory point is all the way down here, isn't it? No. Where is the victory point for Quebec? Am I just blind? Maybe. There's a connection here. So we should do that for sure. This is going to require a naval invasion to reach. So let's go ahead and plan one of those. We're going to have just this guy plan a naval invasion from here to here. And he can go ahead and execute that whenever he's ready. Okay. Now this is happening again, I believe. Oh, wait. Did we actually take this? I believe we actually took this. Just barely, it looks like. Or they abandoned it. One or the other. So the question now becomes... why do we only have one unit here? But also... can we just take everything here? Are you... okay, you're a separate island. Got it. So we might have to plan a naval invasion into here. Let's go ahead and start working on that. Unless we can move there. Hang on. No, we can't move there. So it will have to be a naval invasion, and we'll send that in over this way, like so. Go ahead and execute that. And all of these troops, yeah, they don't have orders right now, but they're just going to come in over here. And this guy I did tell to come up over this way. There we go. Okay, cool. So we've definitely pushed in over here. We can see that this unit is actually attacking us, but it has no supplies. I'm going to send all of these guys up here to attack them. Wonderful. So this is going very well, actually. They are holding us off down here, but we can continue to nuke them and do tremendous amounts of damage to them militarily. I don't care about this attack. That's completely fine. We'll be okay with that, and we are continuing to push in over here, and it looks like Guadalcanal is indeed entirely abandoned. So these guys can think about... Well, when is this going to launch, actually? We don't have the naval supremacy right now. Yeah, we wouldn't, would we? Because we removed the Solomon Sea. That's okay. For right now, I think we will just leave this be. The war in the Pacific is kind of low priority for us at this exact moment. I do want to check the air war up here, see how that's going. Okay, so I think we still have a supply issue up over here. Yeah, that's very much a thing. Ooh, this is looking solid supply-wise, so... And it looks like at this point that we have managed to stack wipe these guys. That's great. And our unit over here that is... Oh, there's not a unit assigned to this. There we go. Now there's a unit assigned to it. And it looks like they're going to immediately depart. So that's great. We should get access to this immediately. I don't think there's any enemy forces on that island. So at this point... we can check in over here. This is a very slow progress, looks like. But that's okay. In fact, I'm going to send this unit around the other direction, just in case. Okay. What are we short on here? Oh, we would be short on tanks, wouldn't we? I think we are short on tanks still. Specifically modern tanks. Yeah, we are still running a deficit on those, and that is due to a bit of a steel lack. Minor one. I did make a few changes to this off camera. I moved our modern tanks up. I made this a lot more. And realistically, we are going to get a lot more still with our production efficiency. So as that comes up, that should help a lot. And if we have additional factories, or rather, more specifically, additional steel, we can throw that into that. But for now, this is fine. We're just going to be a little bit short on our modern tanks, but that's not really a huge concern at this moment, in my opinion. We do have tanks rolling off the lines at a prodigious rate, and I think that rate is higher than America has them. So that looks good to me. Yeah, we're lacking naval supremacy in Eastern Micronesia right now. I'm going to have these guys pull out of the Bismarck Sea, and we're just going to have them in Eastern Micronesia for right now. And it looks like this invasion did go off, so that's great. That means that we no longer need anyone in the Mariana region. So we're going to do something like this. Excellent. Okay. This is looking fine. Absolutely fine. We still have a unit headed up here. Oh, and this guy has finished his naval invasion, so he can walk over here. Perfect. We finished our naval invasion here. Papua New Guinea has capitulated. Excellent. So that gives us all of this territory. And now the question is, what is the naval situation over here? Do we still need naval supremacy in the Bismarck Sea? We do. For now, I'm going to pull, or make sure that these guys are also raiding over here and over here. And what does that do? Actually, that gives us naval supremacy. Perfect. So these guys should be embarking, and indeed they are. Off they go. These guys, I'm hoping, would be embarking. They don't appear to be, and the question is why. Eastern Micronesia naval supremacy. Oh, okay, this is yellow. Yeah, fair enough. But once we have this invasion over here done, we can free this up. That's no problem. Okay, sounds good. So we're continuing to push back. Ooh, that is a huge amount of U.S. troops there. So you know what that means. some juicy, juicy nuke targets. We're going to nuke one more time up here. We expect them to move forward. And it would help if I have the game unpaused, generally. Okay, so we can see these guys just fine. We're going to continue to nuke them. There's a lot of them there. And this is doing a tremendous amount of damage to the U.S. war effort. These nukes are incredibly effective right now. We will see them start stack wiping pretty soon, but look at this. They have... Actually, that was some stack wipe there, unless they walked out of the province, which they may have, I suppose. That is a possibility, but they have so many troops here right now. This is just free. Oh, that I think was a huge stack wipe. That was, I think, 10 divisions. Delicious. That was another 10 divisions. This is catastrophic for the Americans right now. That one wasn't 10 divisions. And to be fair, some of these are probably retreating out of the province. But not all of them. Okay, some war support, sure. Honestly, we kind of don't need war support anymore. That said, our manpower is declining. And that is something that I have been watching. As we've stopped conquering territory in Asia, we've stopped getting those big manpower bumps. And so instead, we're mostly relying on our monthly growth, which is coming up as our compliance in these regions rises. So, what's going on here? Oh, this is impassable though. So they can't actually do that. They can't actually attack us over this way, unless they were to, like, use paratroopers. Huh. What exactly happened here? Oh, these guys joined the faction, didn't they? Recently. I think they recently joined the faction, and I never actually figured out where they were. However, we do have 400,000 manpower in our garrisons, and I would love to have those be from foreign armies. Let's see what we get here. 256,000. Sounds great. What about these guys? That's the same guys. What about these guys? Nothing. What about these guys? Nothing. Syria exists. Okay, so we're going to send this guy over to do this number, and we're going to send this guy over to do this number, and that'll be no problem. Okay, other locations that we can steal some manpower from. Perhaps these guys. Nope. Okay. Perhaps these guys. That's the Java Sea. It would help if we choose the right people. No, they would not. Okay. No. Okay. No. Here we go. Excellent. That gave us plenty. So that will free up our 400,000 that are currently in our garrisons. You can see that that did indeed free up a good chunk. And that's great. So that will help out our manpower for temporaries. And I'm just checking in over here. It looks like they've shifted a lot of troops up over this way. And we do really need infrastructure over here. However, we can also grab infrastructure over here. And we're going to go ahead and do that just in case we are going to be shipping any supplies from over here. So that'll be fine. These guys are moving in here and moving in here. Looks good. So this will be all under our control momentarily. As far as this goes, their numbers are looking very small over here all of a sudden. It's amazing what, like, 30 nukes will do. Excellent. We're going to continue to push up, and of course we're pushing up to the US border here. That is our current goal. As far as this over here goes, how's our supply lines looking? They haven't changed much, have they? Indeed not. Local infrastructure is hurting that quite a bit. Lebanon has capitulated. That's not surprising. And Syria will capitulate shortly afterwards. This is, of course, the rebellion zone. What are you going to do? Swiss Imperial Confederation. I don't think they're ready yet. I don't want them giving Italy back again. That's not going to be a thing. This invasion is done. I wanted to delete that. There we go. And a lot of these troops we're going to be able to shift, but for now we're going to have these guys naval invade from here. No, not that's an airbase. We're going to have them naval invade from here to here. Okay, they can get started on that whenever they're ready. In addition, we've got this going on. I want to check our naval map mode over here. Yeah, I mean, we're going to need more in the Mariana region. For now, I feel like this is no longer necessary to have them down here. So we're going to move these guys like so. Because this invasion has gone off without a hitch. And these guys, they're just going to walk straight on down. No problem. Okay. Sounds good. So that'll be the case for right now. As far as this war over here goes, what's the air war like? Okay. Are these guys not assigned? That would help. That would help dramatically, in fact. Syria has capitulated. I mean, we knew that that was going to happen. That was always going to be a thing. The rebellion zone is over for now. Emphasis on the for now. But we are then going to have these guys delay the rebellion zone rebelling again. About like that. Okay. Fantastic. So this appears to be fairly under control at this point. We're struggling to attack in over here, but that's fine. Oh, we actually got pushed back a little bit here, and we immediately took it back. Cool. The Solomon Islands have capitulated. Okay, so that's these guys over here. Fantastic. Yeah, they just needed to take that over. Sounds good. And then these lads over here, they are going to prepare a naval invasion from here to here, like so. And they'll execute that whenever they're ready. So they can do that right now. We have a number of troops over here that we're going to want to ship elsewhere. El Salvador just capitulated. That is indeed great news. Let's take a look at what this border looks like now. Okay. Ah, we're pushing up into the Yucatan. Okay. So that does mean that we will have an easier time reaching over here, but we apparently don't have coverage for that. So we'll send these guys over to Yucatan. And who else do we have range on for that? Not these guys, I can tell you that. These fighter wings really should be moved up to Nicaragua, but that airbase needs to be repaired. That is a fairly top priority, actually. The El Salvador airbase should be repaired as well. And what else can we find in here? The Nicaragua air defenses. Oh, El Salvador should probably have air defenses that we rebuild as well as infrastructure. There we go. Honduras airbase, yes, absolutely. Honduras air defenses, yes, absolutely. Honduras infrastructure, yes, absolutely. Same with Nicaragua, and we will do something along the lines of that. Where is that? They don't have air defenses? Did their air defenses not get damaged? Or did I move it without even noticing? That's a possibility, I suppose. Okay, sounds good. So we'll get that all underway. We're going to be in a bit of a stalemate here for a bit. We can continue to nuke here. And so we shall. But we're going to be in a bit of a stalemate until some of these air bases get repaired. That's pretty much the long and short of it right now. So we're just going to continue to hit these guys hard. What does the US have for manpower at this point? 5 to 6 million. They must be on scraping the barrel. Yeah, okay. So that's actually really good for us. They're on scraping the barrel, and I believe they're still taking more losses than we are. By a pretty considerable margin. Like, we are outproducing them to a large degree, and our recruitment is on service by requirement. We're not even on all adult serve, keep in mind. So we should be very, very heavily outproducing them. Scraping the barrel means that the United States is in desperation mode right now. So I am very pleased about that. We're going to take this location, no problem. And then we're going to hit a bit of a stalemate here. Both sides are going to dig in while we fight on the air war for the Yucatan Peninsula. That's going to be the next priority here. Of course, the priority up this way is take this back, which we already have. And from there, the priority is going to be simply probably bring in more troops, honestly. Like, these guys over here, I want to bring them up to here. So for both of these forces, just to get them up here, I'm going to tell them to area defense this area. And that'll move them over. And then once they're over here, we'll get them into this line. These guys, they don't really need to be here anymore. So we'll also have them come in area defense. Yeah, I'm aware of that. We'll also have them come in area defense over here. Okay, sounds good. There is a naval invasion in northern South America. Apparently. I don't see it. But we'll keep a bit of an eye on that. It is, however, time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to continue our three-pronged invasion of the U.S. while finalizing the war in the Pacific. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.